Thank you for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel. I'm Judy Zelina. Many factors affect your health. Some you cannot control, such as your genetic makeup or your age. But you can make changes to your lifestyle. Our dear friend Judy Halcomb joins us today to talk about some healthful living and how we can take steps to benefit from a healthy lifestyle. Thank you for joining us.
It's great
been a
to
while
be
since
back.
you've been
It
here.
has been a while, but
And our subject today is going to be HealthFULL, F-U-L-L, living.
exactly.
Okay, so I need to know, since you have a great way of taking words and making sense of healthy choices to us.
Well, what I thought how we could approach this today is talking about connections
Okay?
between you and the community and how it can help you with healthful living. In order to do that, though, I brought a little graphic that
Okay.
will be up on the screen, so if you follow along with me on that. This is pretty startling stuff to all of us, because if you ask the average person, do you have a chronic illness? I bet most people would say, whoa, what do you mean by that? I don't think I do. I'm pretty healthy. And then they
Right.
go into, okay, 6 out of every 10 people in the United States right now has one chronic illness.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. So line up 10 people and say 6 of those people have chronic illness.
Oh my goodness.
4 out of 10 have 2 or more chronic illnesses. And you say, wait a minute. So what I'd like the viewers to say to themselves right now is, before she tells me the examples of chronic illnesses, do I have a chronic health problem? And by and large, most everybody watching, especially our senior citizens like myself, all have a chronic health problem. Now, what's the issue, though? Why am I talking about connections to community resources and stuff and healthful living? If you know that this is most likely going to be a part of your life, you would like to either avoid it, right? If you can.
Right, of course.
Prevention is key.
course.
Or if you're going to get it, take care of it. The only way you can take care of something is being aware and getting educated. Now, this is where there is a breakdown.
All right.
I go into the doctor's office and I say, okay, this is my annual checkup. And I'm going to use diabetes examples because that's my forte. But the doctor says, okay, how you doing? Oh, I think pretty good, no complaints that I can think of right now. And he said, well, I did some blood work. And your blood work comes back and your blood sugar is higher than it should be. So we're going to need to repeat that test. Okay, so say that he did that. He ordered a repeat test, and he said, I'm going to call you up and see what it is, because we have to determine if you're at risk for diabetes or do you have it. Okay, so they call you up and say, unfortunately, you have diabetes. Now, when you walked into his office, you were just tooling along in life, doing your normal thing, maybe not paying attention to your health as much as you should.
Okay.
And now you get this shockaroo, and you say, oh my, what am I? I'm either going to die or I don't think it's any big deal because it's not hurting. I can walk. What's the problem? Denial. Okay, what you ought to say is, I gotta get myself educated. Now, for all the years that I've been in healthcare, people still to this day say to me, why don't you people tell us what's available? I didn't know there was a program for this. I didn't know I could go here to get a screening.
Exactly.
But we try to promote these things. Okay, and then I'm sitting here today and saying to you, we all are going to either have chronic illness or be at risk for it. Okay, so we're talking about the importance of understanding that we either have a chronic illness already or we don't.
Right, okay.
But what are the drivers of chronic illnesses? What are some of those chronic illnesses? Heart disease. I had a heart attack 2 years ago. I have a chronic disease now. Never had a chronic disease before that. Cancer, chronic lung disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, diabetes, my favorite subject, and chronic kidney disease. We can prevent, Judy, 80% of most stroke, cancer, and diabetes by lifestyle changes. The key is lifestyle. What do people say? Hey, my mom or dad had this or that. Genetics only account for 30% of chronic illnesses. 70%. The driver is your lifestyle. That means eating healthier,
Right.
moving more,
Okay.
reducing stress, a number of things. But that's not the way we look at things. It's like, hey, it's inevitable.
Right.
I'm going to get diabetes because everybody in my family had it, or Alzheimer's in my case. That's not the case. We are spending $3 trillion on healthcare costs associated with chronic illness. We can't keep this up. So I'm here to address healthful living. And what does that mean?
Okay.
Simply making smarter choices about things that are going to maintain your current health status, if you're pretty doggone healthy, or prevent problems, or if you get a chronic illness, help you to treat it more quickly, pay attention to it so you don't suffer some of the consequences when you don't take care of yourself.
Right.
Key issues. But the biggies are stop smoking, that is paramount to all of this.
Right.
Better nutrition, increase your physical activity, and decrease excessive alcohol intake. Now, if you simply focused on one of those to get started, it would be great. But people will say, I don't know what to do. You got to help me. I'm not you, but you know, do scare tactics work with you, or getting more knowledge? Does that make a difference to drive you to do something different with your lifestyle? You gotta become more self-aware. People do not look at themselves. They're always saying, you ask them a question about their health, oh, ask my doctor. He keeps track of everything. He'll know what the result is. This is your body. You were bequeathed a wonderful body when you were born, okay, a beautiful mind and a spirit. But it's like a machine. Needs to be oiled or maintained periodically. You can't just assume it's going to run forever.
Okay.
But that's the way we're living our lives. Either like there's no tomorrow, or else I'm going to live forever. We're not. But what can we do differently to make better health choices?
And I think, like you were talking about different factors, the different lifestyle risks. Looking at it, someone could be, they smoke, they don't eat right, they don't do any physical activity, and they drink too much. So to them, that's overwhelming.
It is.
It's overwhelming.
It is.
You want me to get rid of
Okay.
everything. Or
Okay.
like you were saying, somebody says, well, I'm going to get diabetes because everyone in my family has.
Right.
Well, that's because they're continuing the actions.
Perpetuate the right lifestyle habits that are not so
the
healthy.
food, the lack of exercise.
By far, weight loss is the absolute biggest thing that you can do to keep yourself healthy, or if you're extremely overweight, you've got to address that issue. The obesity epidemic is just horrendous in our country and in our community.
And what is startling to me, and we've talked about this, is type 2 diabetes in children.
this, oh my gosh,
In
the
children.
statistics are showing that's definitely going up. Right. Okay, so where's the disconnect, Judy? I'm put you on the hot seat now. Okay, you've gone through the cancer experience.
Right.
Okay, when you were told that at one point, what was your immediate reaction? Was it, oh, I can't believe this, or I had a suspicion? Kind of where were you at that point?
My reaction was probably different than the normal reaction.
Okay.
My reaction when I told I had cancer, I said, didn't expect that.
Okay.
But I said to my doctor, you tell me what I have to do to get here, because that's where I'm going to be.
Okay, so you are a goal-setting person.
Obviously.
You're driven by a purpose or a goal.
Obviously, right.
Right, and that's critical, and it's fantastic. But it would be nice if the minute somebody said something to us, we immediately said, okay, I got my goals, this is what I want to do.
That's why I said, I know that's not I know people that have been diagnosed with cancer, and that is not their reaction.
Right.
I mean, they're devastated. They didn't,
That's
see it coming, and it's like, oh, gloom and doom.
Yes.
Right away, that comes over so many people.
But allow yourself to experience it. I want to say that to listeners.
That's right.
Allow yourself to be sad, angry,
Go through it all.
depressed.
Go through it all.
Don't want to talk. Nobody's ever going to know I had cancer. Nobody's ever going to know I had a heart attack. It's ridiculous. Okay, but then what can I do? Now, that's the thrust of this program, is talking about resources that are available to you. Now, people say, is it free? And what I'm going to tell you is what my mother brought me up with, the statement, honeydew, there's no such thing as free in this world. Somebody has to pay for it. And if you believe in the preciousness of your being and your body, you have got to say, if it's going to cost me, what's it going to cost me if I don't do something? Okay, that's not going to be pretty.
Right.
So there are a lot of general resources. I don't expect people, it'd be nice if you were taking notes, though. That would be good to say, look at all the resources you have accessible to you. Your doctor.
Right.
Your family. We have churches that are now having parish nurses that can help people get a handle on what's going on with their health and their lifestyles. Friends, hospitals, various programs that they offer, or opportunities for screenings. Oh no, I don't need that. Okay. Clinics, if you're involved in a clinic situation. Millcreek Cable Access, wonderful to point you to the direction generally where the resources are in the community. Channel 2, the Erie Cable Access TV. Showcase, they have a listing of programs that are going on and available. The internet, be very careful about the internet, that you're going to reputable sources, and when people are giving you information to change your lifestyle or whatever, listen if they tell you it's backed up by research. Not just that you had success with this, it's now going to be a standard treatment, right? Okay. YouTube is wonderful to watch people's experiences. Blogs, there are now more blogs on the internet. I love this next concept, tele-town hall meetings. Have you ever participated? Just last night, Mike Kelly, our congressional representative, had a town hall meeting where people could just ask whatever questions were on their mind.
Okay.
I want to promote tele-town hall meetings for health. You don't leave your home. Somebody rings you up on your phone and says, we're going to be having this town hall meeting. If you'd like to participate, stay on the line. And you're on the line and they'll say, oh, Susie Q's calling from Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, Judy Helcom's calling from Erie. What is your question? It's phenomenal, and you can reach thousands of people. Hasn't yet taken quite a hold in
But
the
it will.
area.
It will,
But
though.
I hope so. So those are general things. This is a favorite example I love to use. This is dated from 1996, Judy, and it was dial 800 for health numbers. You couldn't have a book big enough these days with the number of 800 numbers
You're right.
for health-related
Exactly.
things. Okay. The other thing, this is my favorite, Guide to Services for Seniors in Erie
Yes,
County.
yes.
I'm constantly referring to this.
So am I, Judy. It's wonderful.
GCAC is wonderful. You can call their number and ask for the intake worker and say, I don't know what to do. My husband needs a nursing home situation, but how do I go about it? This is wonderful. But how many people have a copy of this on their person at home? Very few,
And they
I
should.
would doubt. You can get this from GCAC. This is another favorite that we had produced with the health department in 2009. It's all about diabetes. Either how do you get it, what do you do when you get it, how do you eat, where are the places I can go. But 2009, this is totally outdated.
You're right.
I'd like to find someone that could help us get this printed for the community and get it in everybody's hands.
Right.
I mean, there's an epidemic of diabetes alone.
And there's so many changes, and you've learned and discovered so many, like you said, different resources, different courses of action within the last 10 years.
That is it, exactly. So, but, okay, let's talk some more about what's our responsibility as far as our health goes. Now, we used your example with cancer. Mine was heart attack. I'm a nurse. I should have known better. People look at me and say, how could you have a heart attack? Yeah, very interesting, right? I've tried to live a healthy lifestyle. No, not perfection. Okay, and I slipped up in certain areas. But boy, is that a wake-up call when they say, for all intents and purposes, you might not have been here because I had 100% blockage. And I say, wow, I want to protect myself now moving forward. Okay, so I'm a nurse. I know lots of these resources. But I said, that's not enough. I've got to help other people to be able to access them. You've got to be inquisitive. When you take responsibility, you got to get a copy of your blood work. You and I always discuss this.
My doctor always tells me that. He says, I saw that on your show. Well, here's your copy
This is
of
it.
your blood
and
work.
And people say, yeah, but I don't know what that means. Well, then learn about it. Ask questions. This is not normal. How come it's not? What do I do about it?
What can I do to get it back into the normal range?
Write down the chronic health problems that you have right now. Is it high blood pressure? Is it MS? Whatever it is, and say, okay, do I feel pretty comfortable that I'm doing what I need to do? And you could be oblivious to what you need to do. So if you've got a chronic disease, you got to get to an education program that is not a one-time shop thing where that's it, I know everything there is to know. It's impossible. You're learning every day. So do your homework before doctor's appointments. Not go in there like my husband. I have to accompany him to the doctor all the time because the doctor will say, okay, how's things going? Oh, pretty good, doc. I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm there with 15 questions. And I say, what's wrong with this picture, right? Okay, so find out what it is. Why are you going to see the doctor? And what do you expect to get out of it? Take advantage of patient portals. Hey, healthcare is changing, Judy. It used to be doctors and hospitals would get paid for when they ordered a chest x-ray, blood work, whatever. That's changing. And because it's changing, it requires more responsibility on our part for our health. Here's what's happening. They're getting paid for performance. outcomes. If you're diagnosed with diabetes, are you meeting the standards with your A1C, with your weight, with foot control, whatever? It's not in the old days, just go see the doctor, he'll write what needs to be done, go home. Now just do it. It's not that, not that simple. So plenty of resources, plenty of places to go, but where do you get started? 211. The 211 system.
I was just going to ask if you were aware of it. Isn't that wonderful?
I just tried it for myself yesterday. However, I think I took the fellow a little bit off guard. I said, I'm a nurse, but I'm just trying to
I wouldn't want to be answering your phone call.
And, I'm not sure we have anything. So information and referral, though, they can refer you. But if you don't have a clue, like with diabetes, I would call the American Diabetes Association or go online.
Right.
If you have pre-diabetes, and most of us have pre-diabetes, folks, don't kid yourself and think, not me. Okay, call the site center and they can help you.
Right.
But don't sit and say, I don't think I have to do anything except what I'm doing, because I'm a creature of habit and I'm on automatic pilot. And what will be, will be.
And that's what you want to get the word out.
Absolutely.
Don't sit still. Take action and responsibility for your health. Right, Judy?
It is, yes. But if you're feeling uncomfortable, do something about it. Don't dwell on the uncomfortableness. Dwell on getting more information.
Exactly. And I think, like when we were talking about people's reactions to a diagnosis of any kind.
Yes.
You do have, you go through different steps and everything, but the bottom line is seek help, seek information.
Right.
Get as much information as you can. That's what's going to help you.
Yeah. And don't say to the doctor when they say, okay, you need to do this, this, and this, I'm going to order this medication. You must question that. And if you're saying to yourself, I'm not doing this when I get home, he doesn't know my living situation, you've got to bring that up to the doctor. They're not mind readers.
Right.
So, but I think being like a little detective with our health is going to get you much farther than where we all are.
We are pretty much at the end of the show. Is there anything that you wanted to get across to our viewers before we
The only thing I would
show?
like to say is we are trying to update some of the resources so that we can consolidate more things for the community to make it a little easier. But for now, calling yourself, for instance, calling the site center for diabetes, looking online and seeing what you can find, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Judy, thank you for joining us on the show and keeping us healthy. We were talking, it's been 15 years since you and I met, and honestly, I have to tell you, viewers, I am so thankful that I've met Judy, because she has, through the years, through putting me on the spot and so forth, I have changed my lifestyle. I am eating healthier. I always was an exerciser, but I figured if I exercised, I was going to be okay. She does help put all the pieces together. And I want to thank you for that, Judy. And I appreciate what you're doing here.
Welcome.
She's just trying to keep us all healthy.
That's right.
Thank you again, Judy.
Thank you,
viewers,
Judy.
I hope you enjoyed the show today. And again, use the resources that Judy pointed out. YouTube, doctors, hospitals,
there are so
newspapers
Yes.
for different classes.
Right.
So stay healthy, and viewers, thank you for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day.